Good morning, chat. How are we today? Good to see you for another live stream. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know what you are currently doing. Hopefully feeling nice and relaxed. I feel like it shouldn't be too stressful this stream, but there are a few key decisions to be made. And of course, I'm here to aid you throughout. This will be probably a 3-hour live stream. We do 2 hours right up until the deadline. And then after the deadline, we continue streaming and answer very weird questions in the chat. So do say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. That intro music was banging. I really like the intro song. I do like it. I found an absolute gem there. Hello from the other side. I was gonna break out into Adele there, but I feel like I shouldn't. Increase the sound. Hello? I feel like if you up your sound, my sound should be fine. My sound should be fine. My sound should be fine, guys. Relax. Good morning, you sexy egg man. Good morning, Harvey. Morning, Ross. Just woke up. Had a good Friday in Stoke yesterday watching the mighty Bristol City. Big up, Liam. Morning, bruv. Morning, Chris. You never respond to me. Hello, Rishi. There you go. I'm responding to you now. 6 p.m. from Sydney. Big up to Sydney. I need to get out to Australia at some point. Good morning from Croatia. Hello from exotic Swindon. Morning, Ross Powell. Morning, Ellis. Good to see you. Morning, James. There's loads of people in the chat already. Love to see it. Love to see it. I'm not hungover. No, there's no hangover today. Listen, I don't drink a lot, and I definitely don't usually drink before a stream. I'm very professional. I had an early night last night, chat. I was in bed reading at 10:30 p.m. I know. Crazy. On a bank holiday Friday, I was in bed. Do you know why I do that? So that I'm in tip-top shape for these live streams. I'm going to be bouncing off the walls. I'm going to be ready to answer all of your questions. Right. Let's do it then. So, Ross's team. Here we are. I already made my transfer. I guess I could be nudged into taking a -4, but I doubt it. The main decisions for me is around captaincy and benching headaches, which I feel like is the case for a lot of people. It's, do you bring in Haaland? If so, do you give Haaland the armband? And also maybe like which of your Brighton midfielders to start, or do you start like Erdegaard or Matoma? So I feel like these are probably going to be the key decisions this week. And don't worry, the Disc of Destiny will be cracked out to help us with these decisions as well. Start Castagna or Botman? I'm starting Trippier. I'd start Castagna. Leicester are terrible, but Castagna's quite attacking, and it's just such a good fixture, isn't it, David? So I would go Castagna. Are you still going to punt on Gakpo next week? I'll see what happens this week with minutes. There's a chance I punt on Gakpo or Grealish or someone like that. I feel like Grealish makes more sense because I could potentially hang on to Grealish if I need to, whereas Gakpo feels very short term. But yeah, it will be someone like that. It'll be someone like that. I'll move the mic a little bit closer. Have you got any plans for the long weekend? I need to do some PhD work, chat. I've been slacking on that. I need to catch up on my PhD work. So no massive plans. Nick says, morning, Ross. Good morning, Nick. I was in the luxury position of still having Haaland and 2 free transfers, so my moves were Erdegaard to Grealish and Kepa to De Gea. Is that a mistake? I'm scared. That's not a mistake as long as you're free hitting in 32, Nick, because you've just brought in 2 players that blank in 32. So as long as you're free hitting in 32, I think that's fine. I like the Grealish punt as long as he continues to get minutes, which he should. They don't really have anyone else that can play on the left. I know Foden can. I think Foden's better on the right, to be fair. I know Foden can play on the left. He's obviously out for a little bit. I like Grealish. The issue with Grealish is he doesn't get many goals. So you're kind of reliant on assists and bonus points. But yeah, I like Grealish. And De Gea is a great punt as well. Manchester United have one of the best clean sheet odds this week against Everton. Fellow Ross says, Maddison to Grealish and Tony to Haaland for a -4. Maddison to Grealish and Tony to Haaland for a -4. Yeah, you could do. I don't like selling Maddison before ball. I know Maddison has been terrible, and I'll hold my hands. Like a lot of people saying, I keep defending Maddison. I'm not defending Maddison. Maddison's been really, really poor in recent weeks. I feel like he just wants to leave Leicester now, and he doesn't really care. But he's playing Bournemouth at home. I feel like this probably isn't the week to get rid of Maddison. Tony to Haaland feels like an okay move. How nailed is Alex Moreno? I think he's like, I'd say like 80% nailed, but there is the chance that Luca Dean starts the game ahead of him. So I'd probably go for Mings if you can afford it. Thinking Estepinian to Ake, bring March or McAllister in for 34, have Still and Matoma. What are your thoughts? Yeah, I don't mind that at all. Allows you to go to the double bright midfield, Richard. Yeah, I think that's pretty nice. And you're not going to play Estepinian over the next few anyway. Yeah, I like Ake. I feel like Ake and Stones are the best two to own. My only issue with Stones is I feel like Stones is very, very important to their Champions League run. So I feel like there's a chance that Stones could miss this one. I think Luke said something similar on Twitter as well. If there is a game that... Sorry, just my stream's being weird. If there is a game that Stones misses, it's probably this one. What is your favourite hub on the internet? Fantasy Football Hub. Is Malacia a good option? Depends how long Shaw's out for. I don't think Shaw will be out long term, so I would probably say no unless you're going to like wildcard in a couple of weeks. Morning, mate. Bench one of Botman, Estepinian, or Henry. Any thoughts on playing Mac or Matoma over Fernandez? I would bench Estepinian. I'd play Botman and Henry. Yeah, I've thought about playing Matoma ahead of Fernandez, but Fernandez is still a creative threat. He's still got the assist threat. He's great for bonus points, and he is on penalties as well. And there is a chance that later in the game, we push Fernandez a little bit further forward. I've thought about it, and I still might end up doing it, but at the moment, I would just about prefer Fernandez. Are you still at university? Yeah, I'm doing a PhD and I'm lecturing, so yes. But I'm not like a bachelor's or master's student. Me or Estepinian? What, me? I won't make the I won't make the terrible me jokes. I would start Ben Me or Estepinian. I'd start Ben Me. I would start Ben Me. He's due a bit of a thunder bastard header, isn't he? Is Fernandez on corners now that Shaw is not playing? So Bruno Fernandes should be on corners because he still takes a couple when Shaw... But Fernandez's corners are so bad. Like, he is so bad at corners, which is weird because his crossing in general is pretty good. He just never beats the first man. So if I was Ten Hag, no, Fernandes wouldn't be on corners. But yeah, there is a chance, DJ Hammer, that Fernandes does take corners in the absence of Shaw. There's also a chance that it could be someone else, like Anthony could take a few corners. Who else? When Eriksen comes onto the pitch, Eriksen will probably take corners. So, yes, but probably not like all of them. And that wouldn't be a massive advantage for me because he's terrible at them. Hello, Ross. How is life? Life's good. Life's good. Ticking along. I wouldn't say life's fantastic. I would just say life's good. There are no major issues from me. Maddison to Grealish or Raya to Everson for Haaland? Maddison to Grealish looks good, but not this week. So I'd say maybe say Raya to Everson, as long as you don't need Raya at any point. Because you're not going to want to play Everson, because Ward could quite easily come in as well, and I just don't feel like you want a Leicester goalkeeper. So Raya to Everson unless you need the goalkeeper, in which case Maddison to Grealish. Ross, are you taking a hit? Probably not. Probably not. I've just done Tony to Haaland, and I've given Haaland the armband. But Ross, are you single? If not, hit me up. If not, hit me up. Wait, so if I am single, you don't want me to hit you up. I am single, and I will hit you up. There's your answer to both questions. Double Newcastle defence or play Rico Henry? Double Newcastle defence. They're the better defence, although Brentford aren't bad at home, so I don't feel like that's not a straightforward decision by any means. Rank these ball geniuses. Sean Dyche, Ten Hag, Pep, Ross. Ten Hag is at the top. Second is FPL Raptor. Third is Sean Dyche. And then fourth is Pep Guardiola. What do you think about captaining Saka at Anfield? Liverpool's defence continues to be really suspect, but I feel like there are better captaincy options this week. But I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. Got a little bit of a rest, didn't he, in the recent game? Got 0 in the bank with Kane and Salah. Would you lose either for Haaland? Tempted by Grealish for Salah after I just got him but LFC inconsistent, then Tony to Haaland. I wouldn't sell Salah because Salah plays in blank 32 and he doubles in 34. So I feel like you're going to want Salah back immediately. If you're going to lose one of Kane and Salah for Haaland, it would be Kane as well because it's just one move required. Yeah, I'd be tempted to just go without Haaland if I was in that situation, but I don't mind Kane to Haaland. I'm less of a fan of Salah to Haaland myself. Start 2 of March, Matoma and Havertz. Also 1 of March and Isak. So start 3 of March, Matoma, Havertz, Isak. So just bench 1. I feel like Solly March is disappointing a lot at the moment, but so's Havertz. I would start Matoma and Isak, and then it would be between March and Havertz to bench. Just say Tony to Haaland, and then we can go straight to the live stream after party. That sounds like a plan. Best defender to bring in this week. It's probably an Aston Villa. Well, it depends on what your chip strategy is. If you need a player in 32, potentially an Aston Villa defender looks decent. If you're free hitting in 32, then we're still probably looking at like Manchester United, Man City, Brighton defenders because they have more doubles this season. Maybe someone like Lisandro Martinez could be decent. Date me, Raptor. Deal. Start Pinnock or Estepinian and Kepa or De Gea. I think I would start Pinnock instead of Estepinian. Kepa or De Gea. That feels like a 50-50. I'd maybe back the home fixture to go for De Gea. But I feel like that they're both fairly close decisions. Say hi to Nana Raptor. Bless her beautiful soul. Nana Raptor made some weird decisions this week on her wildcard, bless her. Or not on a wildcard, on her benching decisions. But she's a genius. She makes better decisions than I do, so I'll trust her. Van Dijk or Henry? I'd go Henry, to be honest. Raptor, can I call you daddy? You can call me whatever you want. Replacement for sure. Again, if you're free hitting in 32, I would be tempted by someone like Lisandro Martinez. But I feel like you don't need to replace Shaw. Unless you need a defender this week, next week, then fair enough. But if you're in a similar position to me where you can just play Botman instead, I don't feel like you need to replace Shaw at the moment. Would you sell Bruno Fernandes? A lot of people panicking about Bruno Fernandes, and I feel like it's a little bit unnecessary. As soon as Casemiro and Eriksen are back, Bruno will be pushed further forward, and that should be next week. So, I mean, Eriksen's back in the squad this week. Casemiro's back next week. I think Fernandes will be playing an attacking role again very soon. This is the last week where Fernandes will probably be playing quite deep. Would you consider Henry / Estepinian to Mings for a -4? Not if you're free hitting in 32, no. If you aren't, then Estepinian to Mings, maybe. But probably not. With Shaw injured, I have to play Trippier, Botman and Henry. With Shaw injured, I have to play Trippier, Botman and Henry. Would you take a -4 to get rid of Henry? No, I don't mind that. Brentford's defence is actually okay. They're a top 10 defence, especially at home. And Henry's got some attacking threat. I would have no issue. If I had a Brentford defender this week, I would have no issue playing a Brentford defender at all. At all. So no, I wouldn't be taking hits to replace the likes of Pinnock, me, Henry. How do you have 1.3 million more than me? Is that what I have? I don't know how much I have in the bank, to be fair. I've got really high team value because I had a really strong start to the season. Yeah, I've got 0.5 in the bank. Yeah, my team value is pretty good. I don't know what it is. 104.5. Chat, I got 2 green arrows in 3 weeks. Look how disastrous this run is, by the way. Where is it? There you go. So that was my peak. This was my peak week. Was 149th in the world. Look at that disastrous run since there. That was a big run of red arrows, to be fair. It is quite hard to stay up the top, but I also made a few poor decisions, I think, as well. But it was going fairly well. Even for this period here, I wasn't particularly worried getting up to about 5k. This was the week here, when I went from 8k to 23 and then 23 to 41. In 2 weeks, going from 8k to 41k. It was just a bad couple of weeks. We're clawing it back, though. We're going to get back there, don't you worry. Don't you worry. We'll get back there. Top 10K coming soon. Coming to a store near you soon. Jay says, good morning. Oh, my voice broke. Good morning, Jay. Is it worth selling a Shaw for a hit? I don't think I need his replacement this week, but thinking about value. When are you thinking about free hitting? Unless you need Shaw this week, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't stress about value. When am I thinking of free hitting? I'm free hitting probably in 32. With respect to selling players and losing value, so I focused more so on building up my team value this year. If you've already played both your wildcards, I feel like it's less important. The reason that I like to build up value is that when you wildcard, you've got as much value as possible. But I feel like once you've used your wildcards, especially with the way our teams are built, I don't feel like losing a couple, like 0.1, 0.2 million is a massive deal, personally. If you're enjoying today's stream, by the way, there are 3,000 of you here. Welcome. Please do drop a like on the stream and make sure to subscribe as well. I would really appreciate it. We're only on 200 likes. 200 likes and 3,000 people. So make sure to drop a like and make sure to subscribe as well. That would be absolutely fantastic. If you accidentally didn't put on a bench boost last week and I have a similar team to yourself, what's the best plan? Attack 34. And would you take hits to get as many double players as possible? I would just bench boost in a week where it looks good. I wouldn't start taking hits and attacking specific weeks just because of your bench boost. Now, there will be a week where you look at your bench and say, that's a pretty strong bench. And then I would bench boost in that week. It might just be a random week, like game week 35 or 36. You never know. But I wouldn't stress too much about it. There will be a week where you can get kind of 15 points from your bench, and then that'll be okay. Good morning, Raptor. The beard is looking sharp. Thank you. It grew back pretty quickly after my beard mishap. Have all three Brighton midfielders, but can only play two. Whom should I bench? Thanks for the help, mate. I love McAllister, and he's on penalty, so I would definitely start him. And Matoma is just cooking at the moment, isn't he? Matoma just looks fantastic. So it's probably Solly March, but his data's so good. If you like data, the player to bench is Matoma. If you like eye test, I feel like the player to bench is probably March. I feel like you can't bench McAllister because of the penalties and a few set pieces to it. He's got so many routes to points, and Matoma has just been playing so well. So I guess it is Solly March, but again, I'm not sure how I feel about that particularly. What's your thought process on Matoma over Mac? What, on the bench? Just penalties mainly. Penalties and a couple of corners and maybe the odd free kick. So, I just feel like McAllister's got more routes to points. Like, even if Brighton don't play well and they get a lucky penalty, we saw it previously with McAllister. He can come away with like a 9 or 10 pointer. Did you do Haaland in before the rise? Yeah, I transferred in Haaland last night. Where's Frosty? I'm stressing out without his presence. Yeah, I don't know where Frosty is. Maybe he's having the day off. He might have told me, to be fair. I haven't been on Discord, but yeah, can't see Frosty yet. What about Watkins' captaincy, Raptor? Should we run a captaincy poll, chat? Does anyone want to see a captaincy poll? Let's do a captaincy poll. Who would be in the captaincy poll? Just quickly spam in the chat who you're captaining, and then I'll put the most popular ones in the poll. And yes, we will spin the Disc of Destiny. We will spin the Wahil. If you're new to the stream, don't you worry. Stick around for the next... We'll stick around for the next 2 hours, but stick around for the next kind of 20 minutes or so. We're gonna spin the Disc of Destiny. Okay, lots of Haaland shouts, obviously. So Haaland's going to go in. Lots of Rashford shouts. Need Haaland, no free hit. So hit or sell Salah. I wouldn't sell Salah if you've got no free hit. Salah's the perfect option in 32. I don't know. I would either go without Haaland or find another way to get him. Haaland, Rashford. There's lots of Watkins shouts in there as well. And then the other one's going to have to just be other... Comment. Done. There is a captaincy poll now running. Go, go, go. Hello from Japan, you sexy ledge. Hello, Mr. Bungle. Bungle? Currently have Maddison in March 1st bench. I have Matoma in the 11. Mentalist or sorted? I think that's probably the way I would go. I would probably just about lean Maddison and Matoma over March. I love March because of the data, but he's just not converting. And this was always the risk with him, so. Good morning, you beautiful beardy baldy. I've never been called a beardy baldy before. Isak or Grealish bench? I don't think I'd bench Isak. When he's on the pitch, he's on penalties. Assuming Wilson's not on the pitch. I think I would bench Grealish, but I don't like benching either of those, to be honest, Toby. That's a really tricky decision. Have McAllister and Matoma, which one to start? I'm starting McAllister, but everyone else will tell you to start Matoma. So maybe Matoma. Like I said, there is a captaincy poll in the chat. And if you are enjoying today's stream, please do drop a like. It basically helps to spread the stream out to other people. So if you're ever wondering why people ask you to like their stream, the more people that like the stream, YouTube will think people are enjoying it, so they'll spread it out. So at least early on in the stream, it really helps me out if you like the stream. Raptor, what advice do you have for me? My rank is 2 million plus. Just have fun with it. Make decisions that make you enjoy the game. That's my advice all the time, but especially when you're having a bit of a poor season or you're struggling a little bit. I feel like just make decisions where it increases your enjoyment of the game. Yeah, Matoma versus Fernandes, I'm still not fully decided on. I might run a poll at some point for that decision. I could quite easily start Matoma instead of Fernandes. I just like the fixture a lot for Fernandes, and I also like the fact that he's on penalties. Which two out of the three would you start? Estepinian, Henry, Botman. I would bench Estepinian. Sorry, I realised someone did a super chat similar to mine, so you might have missed mine right after. Curious to hear the Brighton triple up versus Haaland response. What do you mean about Brighton triple up Haaland? I don't understand the question. Sorry, ask again and I'll try and look out for your name. Is Trippier a must start? I think so, most weeks. He's so good, isn't he? Bench Saka or McAllister, says Daniel. I'd bench McAllister. Would you rather start Matoma or Ødegaard? Ødegaard's got the better fixture. I think Liverpool are the weaker defence. But like I said, Matoma is just absolutely cooking on gas at the moment. Like, he is so good. I would probably start Matoma, but I don't like the idea of benching anyone against Liverpool particularly. City have a bad record at St Mary's. They do, but this is a really weak Southampton team. I would argue they are the worst team in the league. I mean, they are bottom, aren't they, of the league? But I know some people think Bournemouth. I think Southampton are the weakest team. So yes, they don't have a great record, but I would expect them to still do well here. What times are the fixtures this week? I don't even know. I don't have any players on Sunday. Yeah, I don't have any players on Sunday. So my game week will be over today. That's exciting. Do I? Leeds, Palace, Liverpool, Arsenal, no. Yeah, my game week's going to be over later. Do you know what is the worst in situations like this? If I'm on a red arrow going into tomorrow, that's going to be terrible because I don't have any Arsenal Liverpool assets. It can only get worse from there. If you can hear my stomach rumbling, I do apologise. I'm intermittent fasting at the moment and I haven't eaten in 16 hours. It's been 16 hours since I've eaten. So I'm hungry. Yo, Raptor, start Botman or Gabriel? Start Botman or Gabriel? Botman. I'd start Botman. Imagine if Haaland doesn't score. Yeah, there's a chance. Hopefully he does. Just like Ramadan. Yeah, it is. It is. So intermittent fasting is similar to Ramadan, but I'm not doing it based on daylight hours. I'm just doing it based on when I want to eat, essentially. Isaac versus March. Isaac. Hungry for that green arrow. I am hungry for... If I get another green arrow, oof. Can you imagine? How many Easter eggs are you going to smash when you're not fasting? None. I'm cutting at the moment. I'm on a calorie deficit. So I can't have any chocolate. Which is really sad. What's your argument for not starting Estepinian? Who would you start? I guess my argument for not starting Estepinian is who would you start instead of Estepinian? Who would you bench, sorry, instead of Estepinian? My captaincy is currently on Salah. Nice. Haaland for Kane or Martinelli for Grealish? I'd be tempted to just get Kane in. If you're not free hitting in 32, you're going to want... I'm sorry, I would tempt to get Haaland in. If you're not free hitting in 32, you're going to want Haaland, so... I want Haaland. Do I straight swap Kane to Haaland or swap Tony for Haaland and sell someone else to get funds for it and take a -4? I probably prefer the -4 route there, Brandon. Depending on who the other... If you have to sell another good player, maybe not. But if there is a relatively straightforward -4 that you can take, I think I would prefer that because Kane's got Bournemouth next week. So if you can hold on to Kane, I feel like it makes sense. You're probably going to want that. I mean, Kane's a captaincy shout next week. If already planning a hit for Kepa to Edison before 34, why not do it now to mitigate the risk of double Chelsea, which I don't like? Is starting Botman fine? Yeah, I don't hate that, but I feel like it's not a bad fixture for Chelsea. But yeah, if you're 100% sure you're going to do Kepa to Edison and you're 100% sure that will be a hit in 34, I guess you can do it now. And is starting Botman fine? Yeah, absolutely. No issues with starting Botman. You should start a fitness channel. Maybe at some point. Maybe at some point. Ross, why are you cutting? You're small. Thanks, Cameron. Made me feel great about myself. My body fat's quite high. My body fat's like 22%. So I need to shift a little bit of fat. Is why I'm cutting. Who to bench? March, Martinelli, Matoma. I would probably bench March from those three options. Man City are much more dynamic without Haaland. I enjoyed last week's match so much more. Yeah, I don't disagree, Claudette. I don't know if it makes them a better team, but yeah, they're certainly a more dynamic team. There's a lot more interchanging of positions. Alvarez is just unbelievable. I think Alvarez would start in pretty much any other team in the world. Hi, Ross. You look so interesting. I've never been called interesting by the way I look, but there we go. Who do I start? Zuma or Estepinian? That's basically a 50-50 for me. I'd probably lean Estepinian. Slightly greater attacking threat from open play. Play Fernandes or Watkins. Play Botman or White. Watkins and Botman, I would say, Mike. Bench Tony or Matoma? I'd bench Matoma. For me, I would say I always tend to start the penalty taker if it's kind of a close decision. And for me, that is a close decision, so I would back the penalty taker. Ross, book recommendations, please. If you're looking for fiction, I would say The Mistborn Trilogy by Brandon Sanderson. If you're looking for non-fiction, it's Atomic Habits or... I like Why We Sleep, but it's quite academic. I'd say Atomic Habits if you've not read that by James Clear. Sell Isak or Tony for Haaland. I would sell Tony. Tony's on 9 yellow cards, and Tony's got an impending betting ban coming at some point. So I feel like sooner rather than later, you're going to want to anyway. I feel like Isak, you might end up holding on to if Wilson gets another injury, and just if he continues, maybe they'll start Isak on the left and Wilson through the middle. There's a chance that you could keep Isak longer term. This is my favorite book. this book, I would read. Oh, it's gone. Surely there's only one book for anybody to read. It's on our screens. Thank you for reminding me, Marcus. Hey, Ross, I have a major benching dilemma this week. I need to bench one of Estepinian, Zinchenko, and Botman, and one of McAllister and Maddison. Thanks for your help and good luck this week. I would bench Estepinian out of the defenders, and I would bench McAllister ahead of Maddison. I've got to back that Bournemouth at home fixture. I love data, but I love fixtures more. And for me, it makes no sense to bench a player against Bournemouth at home. I just can't ever justify that. McAllister could drop into the 6 role. He could, but I don't see any reason why he would. Gross and Caicedo are fine. Tony to Watkins, I have Haaland, Kane, and will free hit 32. If it's for free, I don't mind it. If it's for a hit, I probably wouldn't bother. Neil says, I can't afford Haaland in 1. Tony to Haaland and Saka to Grealish for a -4 or roll. I don't know about selling Saka. Unless you're free hitting in 32, and then I don't mind selling Saka. Yeah, Neil, if you're free hitting in 32, yes. If you're not free hitting in 32, no, I would roll. There's my answer. Courier says, Isak to Watkins for a -4. My main rival is 20 points ahead and has Watkins, but not Isak. So it's damage limitation or attack with a differential. I'd be tempted to just... If you're only interested in your mini league, I'd be tempted to protect and get Watkins. If you're interested in rank, then maybe just go for Isak. But mini leagues do weird things to us. I would probably defend from there. Neil says, hey, Ross, I have a major benching dilemma this week. Oh, I've done that one, haven't I? Yeah, I've done that one. Mr. Crunden1 has just become a Rap Tier 1 member. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Rap Tier family. Can't afford Haaland in 1. Have I done that one? Yeah, I've done that one. I'm just reading the same things out over and over again. Start Saka, Mahrez, Fernandes, Grealish, or KDB. Start Saka, Mahrez, Fernandes, Grealish, or KDB. You can only start one of those. What on earth is your... No, you must be bench one of them, I assume you mean, Andrew? From those, I would bench... I'm very confused by the question. KDB's the best of the options there, I would say. Probably followed by Saka. Can I copy your beard? You can go for it. It's not a particularly interesting beard. It's just a beard. But yeah, copy the beard. Copy away. What's my man got against Matoma? He could score 7 goals today, and next week he'd bench him. I don't have anything against Matoma. I'm not going to start Matoma ahead of Maddison. I prefer McAllister for the penalties, which has been proven in recent weeks when he continues to get penalties. The only option really for me is to start Matoma ahead of Fernandes. I'll run a poll on it in a bit, but Emma says, Super Chat missed Pope versus Raya. Oh, that's a tough one. I'd start Pope. Better defense, but I do like the fact that Raya's at home. That's like a 50-50 decision. I'd start Pope, though. Ross, how did FPL Harry pass you? He made better decisions than I did. That's how anyone passes anyone in FPL. Got a few captaincy decisions correct, and I didn't. Botman or Zinchenko? Botman. Who would you start, Estepinian or Henry? I think Henry. Jolington or Willock, Raptor for president. Shall I run? I could run for president. Would you guys vote for me if I ran for president? Or prime minister it would be in the UK. But let's go president. I'll be president of the US. Jolington or Willock? They've both been chipping in with a few attacking returns. What are their minutes like? I would just go for whoever plays the more minutes. I think Jolington's more nailed, isn't he? I'd probably lean Jolington. But I think they're both fine. You're not a Yank, mate. I could be American. You don't know. Maybe I'm just putting on an accent. Are you going to make a move on Shaw? I don't think so, no. I think I'll just be keeping Shaw. Botman or Ake? Probably Ake. Is McAllister starting at the 10? Yes. I assume so anyway. Jack for Bruno. Approve. No Haaland captain. MF or OW. What's MF or OW? Who's MF? Why am I struggling to think who MF is? OW is Ollie Watkins. Can we not use code? It's like trying to decipher the hieroglyphics or something. Who's MF? I have no idea who MF is. So I'll go Ollie Watkins. Oh, Marcus Rashford. Okay, so not MF at all. MR. I would captain Marcus Rashford if you're not going to captain Haaland personally. I can't remember what your other question was now. Too busy trying to decipher the code. Yeah, I don't mind Jack Grealish for Bruno if you want to do that. A defender for a -4. Yeah, it just depends on what your strategy is. If you're playing the free hit in 32, then the strategy is nice and straightforward. It's probably bringing a Manchester United defender. So Lisandro Martinez for sure is fine. But I just don't feel like you need to take out Luke Shaw. Would you rather start Martinelli or Matoma? That's a really tough one. I'd probably say Matoma, to be honest. I'd probably go Matoma. Matoma is cooking. Like, I do want to start Matoma. Unknown guy, just joined the Raptor clan. Hey, welcome. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining. I appreciate you. Everson or Raya? Raya. Actually, I'd go Everson. It's such a nice fixture, Bournemouth. Although Bournemouth have been a lot better recently. They have been a lot better. Zinchenko or Burn? I have to start one, thanks. I'd start Burn, Greek. I would start Burn. Liverpool aren't great defensively, but they are pretty decent going forward still. Father with the super chat says, gives me a team, 1 free transfer, no free hit 32. What should I do, Ross? I feel like João Felix and Chilwell and Kepa are probably the major issues in your team because you don't particularly need them for 34, 37, and they blank in 32. So I would probably be looking at those players as coming out. So I would either roll the transfer or do João Felix to someone like Watkins would be a decent transfer, I think. Raptor, help out a fellow Baldy. I want Haaland but can only sell Salah or Kane to make it happen. Free hit in 32 as things stand. Which one to sell? I feel like I wouldn't sell either. I would try and find another way to make it happen. If you can't, then I guess it's Kane just because it's such a straightforward transfer. And Salah doubles in 34. So you're probably going to want Salah for game week 34. That's not an easy decision to make, though, at all. It's not an easy decision. Ross, make a decent argument for Haaland over Salah captaincy this week. Haaland's got better data and a better fixture, and he's a better player. There's your argument for Haaland. Start March or Benrahma? I'd probably start Benrahma. Just because he's on pens, we think. Father has become a Rap Tier 1 member. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I thought you were anyway. Maybe you're a Rap Tier 2 member. Anyway, regardless, thank you. Is Nathan Ake a good asset for this game week and the future? Yes, him and John Stones are probably the best two to own. Is no gunners wise, Ross? They're trying to win this thing, you know. Yeah, I would quite like Arsenal assets. Here's my issue with Arsenal assets at the moment for me. Is, let's just get, where's someone like Saka? These are the Arsenal fixtures, right? Liverpool's a fine fixture. West Ham's not a terrible fixture, but these aren't like overly fantastic fixtures. Their best fixture is in 32, and I will free hit in 32. So I can bring in triple Arsenal in game week 32. They've then got City, Chelsea, Newcastle, Brighton. This run here isn't great. I know they're trying to win the league, and I know Bukayo Saka is a fantastic option regardless. It makes me feel like I'm missing out slightly less. If I wasn't free hitting in 32, and then I looked at this run, then maybe, but I don't know. I probably will get Saka back in at some point, but I don't feel like there's a necessity to have a triple up. That's where I currently stand. Bestie has just become a Rap Tier 2 member. Thank you, Bestie. I appreciate you. Welcome. Henry or Botman playing Trippier already? I feel like that's a very close one, but I would still go Botman. It's just I would back the better defense. But Henry is a decent option, and it's at home. And he's probably got more attacking threat than Botman, so I don't hate it. I think I'm getting ill again. I've spent my whole life ill. Start March or Tony? Tony? Probably. Ben Mee or Fabian Schär? What did I just say Tony to? I feel like I lied. Did someone say, oh, March or Tony? I was going to say, if it was Watkins or Tony, I'd start Watkins. March or Tony, yeah, I'd start Tony. Ben Mee or Fabian Schär? I would say probably Fabian Schär. More attacking threat and the better defense. Any chance you could help with this team? Zach says, okay. I have free hit in 32 and not sure on the strategy after for transfers. Raya, March, Shaw, me, bench, by the way. You have free hit 32. You've got Haaland already. Not a lot I would do for now. Obviously, you're starting to move towards wanting... You probably want another Brighton asset at some point. I think the team looks fine. You probably want to start shipping out your Brentford assets, and you probably want to start moving to one more Brighton, maybe another Man City, Zach. But for now, the team looks in a solid position for free hit 32 and for game week 34 and beyond. Who's the most nailed City defender? It's Ake or Stones. I feel like Stones long term is, but I've just got a feeling Stones misses out this week. But long term, I feel like Stones is the most nailed City defender. I think Stones has only missed one game that he's been fit for since like game week 3. So I feel like Stones, when he's fit, plays the most of the games. Ruben Dias is most nailed. Yeah, Dias is fairly nailed as well. I would say Stones, though, for me. Dias has started 6 in a row. Yeah, Dias is nailed as well, but I just feel like Stones is more nailed, although Stones is more injury prone, I suppose. Would you start Saka or March? I would start Saka. Start Estepinian or Henry. Henry. Disc of Destiny. Should we get the will out? The Wahil. I haven't got the... I should have prepared the Wahil. Here we go. Guess who's back? Get off of my screen, ads. Right. If you're new to the stream, firstly, welcome to the stream. Secondly, this is the Disc of Destiny. Now, what did the Disc of Destiny say last week? I think it was wrong last week. The Disc of Destiny is usually correct. Can't be correct all the time. Like, nobody's perfect, even the will. So, what do we want the will to decide for us? Is it captaincy? Is it which Brighton midfielders to start? What do we want the will to decide? Let me know. Okay, captaincy and Brighton mids. We'll do those two. Right. I'm not looking at the chat for 2 seconds, by the way, so don't super chat for now. Actually, do you know what? I can. Let me just move that over there. Perfect. This is the best content on the internet, even better than those weird Thai websites my wife keeps making me view. No comment. Right. Captaincy. Haaland. Oh my goodness. Ross, get a grip. Why can you not use a mouse? Haaland. Who else? Imagine I just put Haaland on the wheel. Rashford. Watkins. What captaincy options do you want on the wheel, chat? We can have as many as you want on the wheel. Which captaincy options do you want on the wheel? Should I remove Tony for Watkins? If it's for free, I don't mind it. If it's for free, I don't mind it at all. Salah? Matoma? Who's captain Matoma? Kane? Okay, I can put Kane on there. Yeah, Kane's popping up a lot. There are a few other rogue picks, but a few people say Maddison. I guess I can put Maddison on there. Right, that's going to be the spins. Oh, a few people want De Bruyne. Okay. Right, that's it. The way that we run this, if a name comes up twice, then they are the correct captaincy decision. Okay? Okay. That's one for Rashford. Someone be keeping count here because I'll forget. It's one for Rashford. Second spin. Go against the disc at your own peril, by the way, because the disc is very, very good. Can you imagine if it lands on Maddison again? Right, Maddison was the second one. We don't want to captain Maddison, do we? Let's be honest. Oh, wow, that was quick. That was extremely quick. Okay. So, if you want to know who the will recommends you captain the will recommends that you captain Rashford. That was very quick. It normally teases a little bit more than that. Okay, so for captaincy, we're saying Rashford. Then we want who's going to be the highest scoring Brighton midfielder, right? Oh, God. Not... Oh, the Hill is letting me down. Matoma. Okay, so Matoma 1. This is who's going to be the highest scoring Brighton mid. To help you with those Brighton benching decisions. Oh, God. Okay. The answer is Matoma. Okay, just straight off the bat, 2 Matomas. I can't complain. You can't argue with that at all. So, to recap what the Wihir was suggested, let's just recap this whilst looking at my screen. The Will has suggested we start Matoma and captain Rashford. So what I've decided to do is start McAllister and captain Haaland. It's not going to go well for me, is it? It's not going to go well. I have Kepa and Ward as my keepers. Should I go with a -4 to change Ward, or should I just risk Kepa and not take a -4? I'll just start Kepa. To get Haaland in, I have to take a -4. Would you do it? I'd be bringing in Mings for Zinchenko too. Yeah, I would do that, Greek. I don't mind that at all. Best Foot says, -4 for Haaland. Is it worth it? I have to downgrade either Saka or Fernandes. It probably is worth it. If you're free hitting in 32, I would downgrade Saka. If you're not free hitting, I'd downgrade Fernandes. Thanks, Ross. Final team, what do you think? Yeah, I think that team's perfect, Father. I have absolutely no issues with that team at all. Really nice. Right, we're going to run a new poll in the chat. New poll time. This poll is going to be about what you're doing with Haaland. So there'll be a poll coming to your faces very soon. I just want to know if you're going to own him and if you're going to captain him, and then your will is rigged. My will is not rigged. Erdegaard or McAllister can't start both. Erdegaard or McAllister can't start both. I'd go McAllister. Penalties. Are there any other decisions that you would like from the Disc of Destiny, by the way, chat? By the way, the captaincy poll, let me read out the final results just in case you can't look at the chat. 61%, the poll had over 5,000 votes, so 61% are captaining Haaland, 18% are captaining Rashford, 16% are captaining Watkins, and then 3% are captaining someone else. So it looks like, yeah, well over half of people captain Haaland. Then there'll be a pretty equal split between Rashford and Watkins. You say Felix, but not Wheel. Wheel. Woo. Yeah, that's why we call it the Disc of Destiny, because I can't pronounce that word. Wheel. Xiao Wheelix. That made me laugh. Xiao Wheelix is funny. Xiao Wheelix. Chat, you crack me up. What did chat want? Henry and Estepinian. Loads of people want to know this. Okay. Should we just do Brighton mid versus Brentford mid? Is that a slightly better way of doing this? Just because it might be like Pinnock or Estepinian. Defender, I mean. Brighton defender. No, let's just do Henry Estepinian. If it's like Pinnock or me, then you can... Do you know what? Let's do it like that. This is who to start. Okay, chat? This is who to start out of these options. This is who to start, not bench. First to two. I'll tell you what, the Disc of Destiny is just trying to upset me today. It's going against everything that I'm saying in my stream. Do you trust me or do you trust the Disc at this stage? Add Botman. Oh, one sec. Oh, one sec. I'll add Botman. Wait, this is a void. Don't listen. We need to add Botman in there. We need to add Botman in there. One sec. Code red. No, we're scrapping that, chat. Chat, we're scrapping that. I don't want any back chat from you. We're scrapping that. Nearly 1,000 likes. That is true. Good morning, Yelena. How are we today? Good to see you. You're only, well done, Yelena, you're only 56 minutes late. Outrageous behavior. We don't even have Frosty today, Yelena. Frosty is missing. We don't know where. But add Gabriel. Oh, God's sake. Chat, you're being a bit needy today. Gabriel Zinchenko. Right. This is the final one, okay? This is who's the best defender to start. I don't understand what this poll even is anymore, what this will is. Okay, Botman. Botman first. Disc trust issues. Okay, so Botman gets 1. Remember, it's first to 4. First to 4, first to 2. I don't know why I said first to 4. Okay. Botman. Do you need a second one, chat? I think you need a second, don't you? So Botman's the best. There you go. So we'll start. Botman's the best defender. So if you're looking who to start out of all of your defenders, Botman wins. So any Newcastle defender, that's what we thought. God, the Will really loves Botman. That's 3 spins in a row for Botman. 1 sec. It'll get there. It'll get there. Please make this end. The wheel never ends. Okay, Brentford. It's such a dopamine rush hearing that music, though. Like, why would you not want this for the rest of your life? I could just spin the wheel and repeat. Oh my god, why does it love Botman so much? Yeah, do you know what? I'm removing Botman. Good call, chat. Botman's gone. Botman's gone. Out of the equation. We can't hear the music. You can hear it slightly, can't you? There you go. Right, that's done. That's it, we're done. We're done. So, just to recap, chat. Just to recap what the Disc of Destiny said, the best captaincy option is Rashford. If you want to start only one Brighton midfielder, it's Matoma. And the best defenders to start if you have benching headaches is Botman and then your Brentford defender. So those are the 3 decisions from the Disc of Destiny. Rashford, Matoma, Botman/Brentford defender. Do with that information what you want. Do with it what you want. Marcus says, unfortunately, we can hear the music. Don't pretend you don't love it, Marcus. Don't pretend you don't love it. Would you start Matoma or Martinelli? I feel like that's a very, 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 very tricky decision, but I would probably favour... Martinelli. I feel like I've answered that differently every time I've answered it. What is your opinion on Estepinian versus Henry? I would rather start Henry than Estepinian. That's my opinion on it. Ross, does this make you a disc jockey? That's a good question. Does this technically make me a DJ? I think so. I think it does. DJ Raptor. Yeah. -4 for Tony to Watkins. No. Debating Havertz/Tony for Watkins or take a -4 for Haaland and probably remove Shaw for 4.5 million Martinez. Thoughts? Debating Havertz, Tony for Watkins or take a -4 for Haaland and probably... I would take a -4 for Haaland and do Shaw to Martinez. I like that. I like that as a set of transfers. See you in stealth later, DJ Raptor. I might start streaming some DJ sets. Ross, mate, are you trying to steal my name? Oh, yeah, sorry, DJ Hammer. I apologise. Don't want to step on your toes. Do you think we're falling into a trap by captaining Haaland, or do you think he's genuinely the best option? I do think he's the best. I wouldn't captain him if I didn't, but I understand what you mean. Is it because of just what the damage that he's done earlier in the season? But he's done that damage because he's so good. I don't know if you saw it, chat. Let's move over to Twitter quickly. Chat, look at me whipping in some... Oh, chat, did you see that? Listen to the sound as well it makes. Beautiful. Oh, I can't get rid of it now. Here it is. How can you not captain this man? Look at him. Look at him. He's just tweeted tomorrow match day, and he's tweeted like an angry emoji. The man's furious. The man wants to score 6 goals. I told him, listen, Erling, no pressure, mate. I'll settle for a brace. I don't want to put pressure on him. He's got enough pressure anyway. If he knows that we're all captain him, I don't want to add that pressure. So I just said, listen, no pressure, Erling. I'll settle for a brace. He hasn't replied yet, but I expect he'll slide into my DMs soon. And when he does slide into the DMs, I'll let you guys know. Don't worry. But yeah, how can you not captain a man that looks like that? Back. Why are you laughing, Yelena? He hasn't replied yet. He might. You don't know. Maybe Erling and I are best friends. We've got similar hair. He's almost as handsome as you. Thank you, Marcus. Appreciate that. Nordic Meat Shield. Does everyone... I love calling Haaland the Nordic Meat Shield. I've been tweeting so much about Haaland, it's terrible. Where's... Yeah, Nordic Meat Shield. Tell me this isn't a great nickname. I think Haaland from the bench will still do damage. So I'm not overly stressed if Haaland gets benched, as long as he gets enough minutes. But I feel like it's worth the risk with Haaland. I don't know, chat. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. How am I going to bring that up? I'll do it quickly. There you go. FPL Bingo. FPL Raptor Bingo if you want to play it. If anyone's interested. Let's progress this, Ross. Are we now feeling it's too simple, Captain Haaland switch off? No, I don't feel like it's a simple decision. I just feel like he's the best option for me. You look so clean, Ross. I bet you smell great. I'd try my best. I'm a very clean man. Thank you for the comp. Is that compliment? I think. Thank you. Zinchenko to Ake. No. No, I don't think so. I still like Zinchenko as an option. Especially if you're not free hitting in 32. Membership hopefully works this time. Yeah, hopefully, mate. Fingers crossed. Thank you very much for becoming a member. I appreciate it. Let's see how that goes. Right, let me take this off the screen. There we go, we're back. Zinchenko to Chilwell. No. just everyone's just posing their transfer plans to me, and I just keep going, no. No. I feel like there is the risk of over-managing your team at the moment. Does anyone remember what it's called? Let's see who listens to my psychology rants. Does anyone remember what it's called where we prefer action over inaction, where we feel like we've got to do something rather than nothing? Does anyone remember what bias that's called? Where we feel like we've got to do something with our team rather than doing nothing. Let's see if anyone in chat remembers. Feels like minimizing potential damage is getting Haaland but captaining Rashford/Watkins. What are your thoughts? Yeah? I feel like that's a very like defensive minimal damage play. Oh, someone's got it immediately. That's pretty quick. Oh, 2 people have got it. People listen to me. It's called action bias. Oh, loads of people have it now. Yeah, action bias. So there is a psychological bias whereby we feel like we have to take action. This is just an FPL. This is in everyday life, where we feel like if we're not doing anything, we're not progressing. So we sometimes overthink and overact rather than doing nothing. So in FPL, if we feel like it's a bit of a boring week, it's that tendency to like overthink and overmanage your team. So don't do it. Don't overthink it. Don't overmanage. Oh, I need a big stretch. Ugh. Watkins captain. Yeah, I don't mind Watkins captain. The poll earlier, I think 16% of people were captaining Watkins. Is there a test after this lecture? Yes. You better be doing your homework, chat. Imagine if at the end of the stream I set you homework. That'd be fun. I just loaded up that disc website and it also said Rashford for captain, 5 out of 5. I picked Haaland. Do I need to worry? Yes. We don't like going against the disc. Ross, has anyone ever explained to you how much of a genius you are? I'm definitely not a genius, so no, they haven't. I haven't done homework since 1976. You're not that old, Marcus. Maybe you are. Ross, I'm not free hit 32 as Haaland and a void. I still feel like you should get him. But if you don't get him this week, then he becomes an avoid. Because you don't want to buy him the week before he blanks. Ross, what happens if McAllister plays deep? I feel like we've been saying that for a while. Caicedo and Gross are both fit. I don't see any reason why McAllister would play deep. If he starts to play deep on a regular basis, I'll sell him. Because he's just not a good option if he plays deep. Sorry, Marcus. I was just insulting you for no reason. Start Botman or Henry. I've been saying Newcastle defence, Brentford defence, Arsenal defence, Brighton defence. Has been the way I've been saying it. But I don't mind Rico Henry. I don't mind starting a Brentford defender this week. A lot of people seem to be like really going off it. I know Newcastle have been attacking quite well, but it is away from home. I feel like there are worse options. Matoma has been consistent. Why do you choose McAllister? McAllister's not really been inconsistent, though, has he? Has he? I'm doubting myself now. Maybe not as consistent. That's fair enough. I just love McAllister. But yeah, Matoma has been banging in the goals, hasn't he? 7-7, 6-6, 13. Returns in these last 5 games. I feel like I'm going to die on this hill. I can't start Matoma now after bigging up McAllister as much as I have. The other option I have is that. I could run a poll for that. I'm just not sure how I feel. Let's run a poll. We love a poll in here, don't we? Who doesn't love a poll? Godnat says, should I start Tony or March? I'd start Tony personally. Hiding on the toilet as I'm on a holiday. The amount of people that tell me that they watch my streams on the toilet because their family or their partner doesn't want them to sit there watching a live stream. What's the stats on the Disc of Destiny? Feels like I should tap into this juju. The stats on the Disc of Destiny was Captain Rashford, start Matoma ahead of March and McAllister, and start Botman and Henry ahead of the likes of Gabriel and Estepinian. That was what the Disc of Destiny said today. Right, time for a new poll. Help me, please. Captain Haaland or Rashford? I prefer Haaland, but I think they're both excellent captains, he shouts. Need an on-the-screen selection for the Disc of Destiny each week. Yeah, well, where I can update, that's a good idea. I'll look into how I can get that done. Watching your stream is a family event for us, Ross. We love you. And I love you. Thank you. That's awesome that people kind of watch me together rather than just sat there by themselves. Where's both? Both isn't an option, unfortunately. Oh, chat. Are you going to be in... Oh, you. It's another 50-50 poll. I feel like you do this to upset me. Why would you deliberately upset me, chat? It's another 50-50 poll. It's always 50-50 polls. Ross, are you a teacher? I'm a lecturer. So I guess, yes, I am a teacher. I guess on YouTube I also teach as well. Educate the masses. No, I'm a lecturer, so yeah, basically I'm a teacher. Nah, chat, it's genuinely 50-50. That's outrageous behavior. Do another poll with McAllister in it. I'm not doing a poll with McAllister in it because people tell me not to start McAllister, and I want to start McAllister. Watching your stream is life. You are my hero, my savior, my lover, my king. Oh, God. Thank you, Curtis. My hero, my savior, my lover, and my king. You are all of those things to me as well. Is Shaw out injured? Yeah, Shaw's out for the Everton game. What you lecture in is absolutely critical. I lecture in sports psychology. Welcome to the Raptio 2 family, Mohammed. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining. A lecturer at 23. Well, I'm not 23 now. I'm 26 now. My team is the same as yours. I can't afford Haaland. What should I do? You could either just do Kane to Haaland, or you could downgrade someone. Like, you could downgrade Chilwell to then upgrade Tony. It's up to you, to be honest. Best £4.8 million defender, Rossi boy. I don't mind Lissandro Martinez if you're free hitting in 32. Maddison or Saka? Maddison just... I've got to back the fixture. Matoma, then Fernandes, then McAllister. I think that'll be a lot of people's opinions for sure. Which two would you bench from March, Shaw, Andreas, Estepinian? I'd bench Andreas and Estepinian. I'd start... Oh, no, Shaw's there. Shaw's injured, so Shaw... I'd bench Shaw and Estepinian if you can. Start March and Andreas. Andreas is going to be on penalties in the absence of Mitrovic. Chat, we have 45 minutes or so until the deadline. Good morning, Ross. Can you sum up the last hour in a sentence, please? What's happened? We think Haaland and Rashford are the best captaincy options. And we think Newcastle and Brentford are the best defences to start if you've got a benching headache. And I would think that Saka and Matoma are my favourite two midfielders if you've got benching issues with Brighton and Arsenal midfielders. Although I do really like Martinelli. Martinelli versus Matoma is the hardest decision I've had to answer today. Because they're both so good. Marcus, that is outrageous. Last hour in a sentence, you'll never get this time back. This is quality time together. Ross, sum up the meaning of life in a sentence, please. The meaning of life in one... I'll come back. I'll come back to that. I want to say something profound. Ross, I'm panicking. I don't know whether to do Tony to Haaland or to improve my weak defence with me to Stones. Please help. I think me's fine. I'll do Tony to Haaland. I do have a really bad feeling. I mean, a really bad feeling that that Tony's going to pop off this week and we're all going to have sold him. Ross, what is your skincare routine? Nothing. I wash my face, that's it. My skin's not great, to be fair. It's not bad, but... Is this your new hat? This is my new hat. Do you like my new hat? It's always exciting when I get a new hat. I have to lift my face up, though, so that you can see my face. Tony to Watkins. I don't mind it for free, but... Oh, no. I can't ever get my hat straight on camera. That'll do. Ross, what's the effective ownership of the popular captains? I think all of them will be close to or just above 100%. Ross, can you take the hat off so we can see your shiny head? Yeah, after the deadline, I'll take my cap off if you want. Why is it not straight? Got a bit of OCD with that hat. It's that way, isn't it? I don't know what is going on with life. There we go. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. Is that the hat from your guns video? Yes. How are you boarding at 26? Don't know. Ask your mum. Didn't even make sense. Just bang out the mum jokes. Can we skip ahead to what? Which 2 players should I start out of Zuma, Estepinian, and Botman? I would bench Estepinian and I would start Zuma and Botman. Yeah, I could do that. Should we do that for 5 minutes? Chat, I'm going to review some of your teams for 10 minutes. We do this at the start of the season. I haven't done this in a while yet. There is only one rule, though, chat. Here we go. What am I doing? Here we go, chat. Copy link. You need to go like and retweet. You must like, you must retweet. You must also be watching the stream, obviously. But if you are hearing this, then you're watching. Do I play Zinchenko or go with the Newcastle double up of Botman and Trippier? I'd go for the Newcastle double up, personally. I'll just give a few minutes for people to drop their teams. I will refresh it, and then I'll go answer. Here's the tweet. Make sure you like, retweet, and then drop your team in there with... I'll just, like I said, I'll just give people a few minutes to drop their teams in. I have the following defense. Trippier, Botman, Henry, Zinchenko, Estepinian. Trippier 100% in. What do you think of the rest 2? I have Kane. So which other 2 to start? I think I would start Botman and Henry. Hope for a 0-0 in the Brentford-Newcastle game. Yeah, I think... Sorry, the fact that you have Kane, I wouldn't start Estepinian. And I just feel like Botman and Henry have a high chance for a clean sheet than Zinchenko. Yeah, here's the tweet link. There you go. You can drop your teams in there, and I'll, in a minute, go and look at... I'm obviously only going to be able to get through, like, I don't know, like 20, so not everyone's going to get answered. But you never know. You never know what the Twitter algorithm will throw at me. Let's go this way. Okay, I'm just gonna go through and I'll refresh it every now and again so you can keep commenting. I'll keep refreshing. Who to captain? I think Kane or Rashford. Brighton leaked goals, so I'd be tempted by Kane, but I'd go Kane or Rashford. But if you fancy a punt on Grealish, go for it. By all means. 1 free transfer, 0 million in the bank. Can you see this one? I'll just leave it like that, I think. 1 free transfer, 0 in the bank. Already used my free hit. 3.5k. What a rank that is. I'd roll the transfer. I'd roll the transfer. And I'd maybe look at getting Salah in next week for Bowen or Maddison. Roll the transfer, look at getting Salah in next week. Probably have to go without Haaland. I just don't feel like there's an easy way to get Haaland in there. You're going to have to take a hit to do it and lose Kane. So I'm less of a fan of that. Tony and Bruno to Haaland and Grealish for a hit. Free hit 32. Tony and Bruno to Haaland and Grealish for a hit or not? I don't like the idea of selling Tony and Bruno. You're selling 2 penalty takers. That sounds like a recipe for a disaster. You're free hitting in 32. It makes it a little bit easier. Maybe. You are really reliant on Man City going massive there and the other two staying quiet. I don't hate it. If it's for free, maybe. For a hit, I'm less sure. My ears looked really weird then. 0 in the bank. Should I roll or make Bruno to Andreas, who has good fixtures and penalties, and a double, and then I could do Maddison to Salah for free? I don't mind Bruno to Andreas. That's not it's not a terrible transfer. I guess you're not starting Bruno. Yeah, if you're not starting Bruno anyway, then maybe just do it. I need to like the ones that I've done so that I know. Oh. Oscar. 0 free transfers, Isaac to Haaland. 0.5 in the bank. Free hit in 32. Bench Barnes over McAllister. Watkins cap for chasing rank. I wouldn't bench Barnes. I would start Barnes ahead of McAllister or Matoma. Watkins captain for chasing rank I don't dislike, but I prefer Haaland and Rashford. But I don't hate Watkins captain. My issue with Watkins is he's just not very explosive. He feels like he'll probably get you 6 to 8 points this week. But I would start Barnes personally. I need help with starting Erdegaard or March. Look at you watching my stream in the top left corner as well. Thank you. Yeah, I would start Erdegaard. Yeah, I would start Erdegaard myself. But I feel like it's a very, very tight one. Solly March just hasn't been converted, and there's only so long we can keep on saying that his data's great. But the thing is, if he does convert at some stage, he could go like, and I'm talking like monster haul. Solly March accumulates a ridiculous amount of chances. So, yeah. Can't afford Haaland without a hit. Is it worth it? I guess you could do Shaw down. Yeah, you could do Chilwell down to like a 4.9. You could do Chilwell down to Martinez. No, you can't because you've got 3 Man United. I don't hate it. I would want to get Haaland in, so yeah, probably. And it's probably Chilwell there that I would want to sell. Who to start with Matoma, March, or Erdegaard? Erdegaard. Let me just go back through the chat because I feel like I've missed some super chats while I've been doing this. -4 to bring in Haaland for Tony, Mings for Chilwell. -4 to bring in Haaland for Tony, Mings for Chilwell. Yep, I don't mind that. That's a nice set of transfers. I think I just said something very similar to someone else. Mings for Henry for a hit, or should I get Chilwell for Ake instead, or just play Henry? Mings for Henry for a hit, or should I just get Chilwell or Ake instead? I'm struggling with this question for some reason. I would just play Henry. I feel like Henry's fine. A lot of people panicking. Brentford defence are decent. They're actually a lot better at home. Henry's got some attacking threat. I have no issue with starting Henry or any of your Brentford midfielders for that matter, to be honest. Start March or Erdegaard. Yep, I've said I just about prefer Erdegaard, but on his day, Solly March has a higher ceiling than Erdegaard for me. Hi, Ross. Do you remember me? I'm in all of your streams. Of course I do, Zen. Welcome. Yo, Pep, looking magnificent egghead. Though your egghead looks like we love your content. Keep it up and help us win our mini leagues. Love you, Baldy. Did you just call me bald like 4 times in one comment? Regardless, thank you very much for the super chat. I think that's everyone. Do I play Zinchenko or should I go with the Newcastle double up of Botman and Trippier? I would go for the Newcastle double up. I'd go for the Newcastle double up. Right, I think that's it. Raya or Kepa? I'm going Kepa. Chat, how is the poll still 50-50? Stop it. Right, let's carry on. 4.4 million in the bank. Bench future transfers. I feel like your bench is fine. Yeah, I don't have any issues with that. Future transfers, you said you are free hitting in 32. So I feel like maybe just load at getting another Man City player, probably a Man City defender or Grealish. Yeah, I don't have any issues. Camera lag. Oh no. Thank you. The camera will come back soon. My benching headache is killing me. What's your bench? McAllister and Botman are on your bench. I would play McAllister ahead of March. And I think otherwise you've got that correct. But yeah, that is a bit of a benching headache for sure. I just think I prefer McAllister and Matoma to March at the moment, slightly. But I think the team's looking strong. No free transfers, free hit 32. Is my bench okay for this game week? Yeah, I think you've got that spot on, Sam. Spot on. No issues there. Already done Felix to HAALAND. 0.0 in the bank. Free hit 32, wildcard 34, bench boost 34. You've got an incredible amount of chips left, FPL Cats. Should I keep Tony or swap him out for someone like Watkins for a -4? I would leave it as is. I feel like you might end up wanting to do Tony to Watkins at some point, but for now, there's no need. Also, Tony's on penalties. When he gets suspended, if he gets suspended, is going to be the time to do it. I would leave it as is. I think you're looking really strong there. Good team. Joe. No free hit 32, 0.8 in the bank. Do I change a defender for a -4? No free hit 32, 0 in the bank. Do I change a defender for a -4? No, I think you're fine. I don't think you need to. I would leave it as is and try and do it for free in one of the future weeks. I don't think you need to do that at all. Nice team, though. Currently on my bike, but listening. Well, make sure you don't crash your bike. So, flaky, because you're listening and not watching. Your team is good. No major issues. I think it's pretty identical to mine. I would be tempted to play Everson ahead of Raya, is the only thing I would mention there, but otherwise, team's looking strong. Right, let me do a refresh quickly. Oh, God, there's 250 teams. Has it brought some new teams to the top? Cool, Jack. Let me turn my camera back on. I think it'll be working by now. -4 for sure to Mings or players to Pinyan or Henry. One sec. Is this working now? Hello, I'm back. I bet you missed me so much, chat. You didn't really, did you? Good afternoon. All the best, Raptor. All the best to you. Sorry, right, let me just get these super chats done quick. McAllister or Solanke? I have Matoma in my 11 also. I would play Solanke. It's a really nice fixture. Leicester have been really poor. I know I've said start Castagna and stuff, but I feel like if I had Solanke, I would be hoping for a decent return. -4 for sure to Mings or play Estepinian for Henry. I just play Henry. I've got a feeling Brentford could do all right. If I had a son, I'd want him to look like you. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's very kind. I wouldn't want anyone to look like me personally, but there we go. Right. Jack Gerbich. Jacques. Use my free transfer to bring in Haaland. 0 million in the bank. Free hitting 32. Need help with who to start and captaincy. Captaincy is just like, it's really up to you. I want to captain Haaland, but I feel like Haaland and Rashford for me are the best two options. I don't mind Kane, to be fair. I feel like there are... Oh, my goodness. There are definitely worse options than Kane. Bench. I feel like you've got the bench spot on. There are no issues with me with your team. Nice. Evan says, no free transfer, 0.9 million in the bank, free hit 32. Sure, question mark? I wouldn't change anything personally. I think you're fine as is. I don't think, unless you need Shaw this week, I don't see the value in removing Shaw because there's a good chance he's fit for next week. So unless, that would be my answer to try and help those of you deciding whether you need to sell Shaw. If you need Shaw this week, yes. If you've got someone like a Henry or a Botman, I guess even to some extent like a Gabriel and Estepinian, I would just leave it. I just don't feel like there's a necessity to rush that decision. Okay. We got your other halves team now, FPL Cats. Cool. He hasn't got Twitter. That's fine. 2 free transfers, 0.8 in the bank. No free hit left. Defender's dilemma. So this is a team where I would make a defensive transfer because you're struggling with injuries, and then you got Nico Williams in there as well. I would be looking at Tyrone Mings, and then maybe like a, who else would be good for 32? Yeah, Tyrone Mings isn't a bad one. Maybe a Stones or an Ake, or maybe a Diaz, maybe a Man City defender. You've obviously got to take into account 32 as well. Maybe a double Newcastle defense. So like Botman, Mings, Ake, someone like that would be my transfers there. FPL Badger Cats says no free transfers, 0.5 in the bank. Free hit 32. Who to captain? Okay. So just captaincy is the only thing you have issues with. I've seen a lot of people tempted by this Grealish captaincy. I don't mind it. For me, just to recap captaincy, I think Haaland and Rashford are the best two. Then like the second tier is Watkins and Kane. And then third tier would be a punt on someone else. So I feel like my favourite 4 captaincy options are Haaland, Rashford, Watkins and Kane. I've answered all of those. Who to bench this week? And also, should I free hit in 32? Current rank is 140k-ish. I think your bench is fine. Should you free hit? So you've currently got Shaw, March, Haaland, Matoma, Rashford, McAllister, Chilwell, Kepa. But you can play Raya instead of Kepa. You've currently got 7 players blanking. Yeah, I would probably free hit in 32. I think free hit 32 makes sense for you there. Hey Ross, sorry I'm late. I have 2 Newcastle defence and Tony. A bit contradictory. Shall I start Henry so I have 2 from each team? I would just ignore the contradiction and just start the players that you think are best. Usually would be my opinion. How long we got till the deadline? 25 minutes till the deadline, chat. 25 minutes. Can you refresh? Yes, I'll do one more team and I'll refresh. Roll the transfer, keep Maddison and Isak, go early on Grealish and get Haaland for captaincy -4. Oh, I don't know. I would say I like the idea of Maddison and Isak, but Grealish and Haaland does sound nice. I'd maybe go a bit aggressive, but removing Maddison before Bournemouth at home feels like a risky decision, personally. All right, let me refresh. Right, I'll do this for another 4 minutes and then I'll get back to questions in the chat. Ross, look at the poll. Yeah, I know the poll's 50-50. Honestly. Shall I run a poll on Twitter, actually, quickly? Get more people voting. How long have we got to the deadline? 20 minutes. 20-minute poll. No, that's a 20-hour poll. Panic. 20-minute poll. Who would you start? There you go. You can vote on that poll. We'll get a bigger amount of votes on that one. A greater amount of votes. Prep pack. That's exactly what I was thinking, Yelena. I'm glad you're still watching. No one else would understand. That was a full prep panic moment. Why is no one captaining Jesus? Is it because it's Easter? No. I've not seen a lot of Easter Jesus jokes yet. I don't know why no one's captaining Jesus. I would assume it's because he's just come back from injury. He's not on penalties. And he underperforms his expected data. That would probably be my reasoning behind that. Is it going to be 50-50 again on Twitter? Chat, I'm so fed up. Chat, why are you abusing my Easter joke? You loved it, really. Don't pretend you didn't love it. What was I saying? Oh, God, the ADHD's kicked in, chat. I don't know what I was even talking about. 50-50. Yeah, you guys are just useless. I don't know why I even bother. I might not stream next week. Just because... Why does it say 0-0? 52-48. Nice. Nice. Cool. Cool. You are so useless, all of you. Do you know what? I'm going to just go back to answering the chat for a bit. There's my team, by the way. I feel like that hasn't... Why am I that far over? Oh. There we go. Oh, God, I've lost the plot. Is this your final funnel? I don't know why I just got such a bad stutter then. Is this your final team, Ross? This is my final team. Bro, check Twitter. What am I checking? Yeah, it's nice. Twitter's nice. Team news and ticks. What about team news and ticks? Let me check. Team news and ticks. I don't think he's got anything today, has he? I don't know what we're waiting for anyway. I guess to see if Bruno's playing deep again, but he will be. If Bruno's playing deep, I feel like maybe I'm being a bit biased, Man United here. Maybe Matoma is the play. What's your opinion on hot dog stuffed pizza crusts? Oh, don't. That sounds so good. I'm into my 18th hour of fasting, chat. And that pizza chat. Oh, that pizza sounds so good. I'm here for it. Anything inside of a pizza crust is fine with me. Upside of Ming's a differential. Forget future game weeks. Yeah, I like Ming's. I like Ming's a lot. Who do I start, March or Martinelli? I would start Martinelli. Hot dog crust is overrated. You're overrated. Is it worth replacing Fernandes for Saka for a -4? No. Bench one of Fernandes, March or Havertz. I would bench... March. I might play Matoma. I might start Matoma. Will Salah start as he was benched last time? I think Salah will start, but I don't know. Unnecessary violence from Raptor. Hungry Raptor. I'm hangry. I'm in my hangry era. Who do I start, Botman or Estepinian? I would start Botman. Hot dog crust is lewd. No, I can't talk about food. Chat, stop talking to me about food. I'm too hungry for this. The chat's moving very quickly for only 4,000 people. Who do I start, Bowen or Matoma? Matoma. I keep telling people to start Matoma over anyone, and yet I've got Matoma on my bench at the moment. What's the poll saying? Let me refresh. %53% on Matoma. I'm actually really tempted. I think... Has anyone made a convincing argument? Oh, don't do gifts of Matoma. That's not what I need. Oh god, Calvin's playing the bingo. We'll have a look at that in a bit. Oh, I don't know, chat. What to do, what to do, what to do. Right, chat, you've got five minutes to make a convincing argument on Bruno versus Matoma. I want a convincing argument. I'm going to read through the chat now. Convince me to either captain to start Matoma or to start Bruno. I'm sat at 55k, really struggling with bringing in Haaland in for Tony as the blank in 32 without the free hit. Phil Grealish or Mahrez are going to Hall. I think I would still do it because Tony might not even be there for 32. If Tony gets another booking, he won't be, and if he gets banned due to his betting, he won't be either. So I feel like you've got an equally high chance of Tony being out for 32 as you have Haaland. So I would still go for Haaland. Bruno playing so deep, Matoma's the better option. Matoma doesn't perform in big games. Does he not? Is that a factor or have you made that up? Start Bruno because he's playing a relegation team at home. Okay. Bruno plays defence today. Matoma's destroying Spurs. Bruno is on pens. It's as easy as that. Yeah, I do like the pens. No doubt to start Fernandes. He is on penalties and Everton have conceded 12 goals in their last 5 away games. My concern is that Manchester United have been really bad recently. And I know that as a Man United fan. Play Purvis or Gabriel? I think I play Gabriel, you know? Botman or Gabriel, March or Fernandes? I'd say Fernandes and I would say Botman. Oh, I don't know. Or do I bench McAllister? That's the way that everyone would tell me to do it, is like this. That's the way that I would be told to do it, but I just don't like benching McAllister. McAllister's my boy. If I drop a few thousand in rank because I favour McAllister, then so be it. I feel like that's the way the team is going to end up. I don't like benching Matoma, though. I feel like I will regret it. I accept that. Play 3 of Mac 10, Matoma, Solanke, Bruno. Oh, God, I don't know. I'm struggling with that decision myself. I would definitely play... So you've got to bench one. I would bench one of McAllister or Matoma, whoever you like the least. I think I would play Solanke and Bruno. But I'm struggling with that decision myself, so who knows. Rashford starts at strikers today. Bruno starts as well. Is that the information we've had? Let me have a look on Twitter. Who tweeted that Rashford starts at striker? Who tweeted that, chat? I can't see it. No, I don't know. Just over 10 minutes till the deadline. Paddy tweeted. Did he? Let's have a look. We'll have a look together. Let's scour Twitter together. How do we know Bruno's starting? Did he say? All I can see there is Rashford starts as striker today, which is good news. I think that's good news for Rashford, and that's good news for Bruno. That does make me want to captain Rashford slightly. Makes me tempted to captain Rashford. Ivan Toney or McAllister? I'd start Toney probably. I don't know what to do about McAllister and Matoma and Bruno. Captain Rashford with me. Don't tempt me, please. Chat, do we think that makes Rashford a serious captaincy shout now that we know he's playing a striker? In previous years, I would say he's better on the left, but I feel like he's been really good as a striker, and he's just such a goal threat, and he's just hungry for goals. I don't know. I'm very tempted to start Rashford. Okay, that's a decent idea. One spin. No, two spin. Best of three. First of two. This is it. We listen to the will. The will. We listen to the will. Fernandez. No, not Fernandez. What am I doing? Chat. I'm panicking. I have no idea what's happening. This is it. Okay? First of two. Best of three. Okay. Haaland with one. You never listen to the will anyway. Says who? Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Oh God, Rashford. So it's whoever's the next spin. Oh God, my internet. You're mad leaving that down to a will. You're mad. Don't be. Right, so this is it, chat. This is the spin to decide it all. Who will the will pick? It's out of my hands. Chat, is out of my hands. It's out of my hands. I can't. You can't. Ooh. Ooh, I really lagged out there. You can't blame me. I didn't make the decision. That was the Wahil. This is the way. It is the way. I would love to tell you that Glenn Whelan. I would love. Glenn Whelan has picked Haaland. Don't back the early kickoff. That's also another thing as well. You know what Gandhi says. Don't back the early kickoff. Didn't it say Rashford earlier? We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. I really want to start Matoma. I've got a bad feeling that Matoma's going to haul. I don't know what to do with these two. I can't start Matoma after all of the slagging off that I've done of Matoma. Mac is my guy. I know Mac's my guy. I know. I might actually just let the chat decide. I've never actually just let chat decide. I might do it. Should we do it? I'm tempted to just let you guys decide for me. I'm panicking. I'm panicking last minute. I'm panicking last minute, chat. This happens to me. I've just put a poll in the chat. Bench 1. Bench 1. Drop Maddison for Matoma. I'm not dropping Maddison. Maddison's not an option. I'm going to play Maddison. It's Bournemouth at home. I can't bench Maddison. Oh, God. McAllister is winning that poll so comfortably. Oh, dear. You guys hate McAllister. I don't know why we're hating on McAllister. You look great for someone who's freaking out. My brain is just... Must be a decider for captaincy then, as the disc picked Rashford earlier. Maybe. Look at Maddison's form. Bad. Look at your face, but I'm joking. I won't follow through with that. I won't follow through with that. Most of chat don't own him. It's just bias. Yeah, it probably is, isn't it? I can't bench McAllister, can I? Oh, I hate this so much. I hate this so much. Oh, God. Fun. Look at Sam's Twitter. Sure. Sure. Let's do that. What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. We've got less than 5 minutes till the deadline. I have no idea what's happening. Am I missed something? Someone told me to check his... Oh, here we go. Wan-Bissaka starts, so no Dallo, unless he's playing at left back, but I think it'll be Malacia. Jadon Sancho remains in the front three. Scott McTominay remains in midfield. McTominay in midfield. Is he going to continue playing that advanced role? No, Rashford's not benched. Rashford starts up front. Oh, chat, I don't know what I'm doing. Odegaard or McAllister? I would back the penalty taker. Isak or March? I would play Isak. Henry or Estepinian? I would go Henry. Captain Watkins. I don't mind it. He's probably my fourth favourite captaincy option, though, myself. Imagine how gutted you'll be when Max scores his fourth goal. Yeah, I think I've got to back my boy. It will make for an interesting video next week when Matoma gets 15 points. It will just be me rocking back and forth like this, sobbing. Or do I just bin off Bruno? Check the replies for the Aaron Wan-Bissaka tweet. Why? Did he say some other stuff? Harry Maguire starts. Oh, God. Is there anything else he said in the... No, that's it. Two minutes left until the deadline. I would get your team locked in right this second. Let me just make sure that I am actually locked in. I think I'm just going to go like this. Which means I can tweet my team because I don't think it's changed. Matoma or Erdegaard? I'd go Matoma there. I'd probably start Matoma ahead of most people, to be fair, especially as I've benched him. I seem to get Matoma wrong on a regular basis, so I would just go for it. Good luck, everyone. Good luck. Less than a minute until the deadline. Get your teams locked in. Rashford or Watkins captain? I prefer Rashford. Please spin the wheel again. It's too late for the wheel. The wheel can't help you. Matoma or March? I would go Matoma. March or Saka? I would go Saka. Bin off Maddison for Matoma. I want to play Maddison. There's my team, by the way. Go like it. Make me feel loved and appreciated. Oh, I've just spammed in my own chat. I apologise. Play Matoma over Fernandes. It's too late now. It's too late. I've committed. Would you bench Mings or Gabriel? I would bench Gabriel. Captain Mac, if you love him so much. That is it. By the time you hear my voice, the deadline will have passed. That is it. Locked in. I do not feel comfortable about a lot of the stuff going on right now. I'm also now going into my 19th hour of fasting and I feel hungry. I felt hungry about 10 hours ago. What's everyone saying? Cool. Everyone's hating on the team, as you would expect. Disgusting behaviour, chat. But you win some, you lose some. I'm about to have a full English. Why would you upset me like that? Why would you upset me? Just don't upset me. Right. This is the fun part of the stream. Oh my God, I hurt so much. This is the part of the stream where you don't leave, by the way, because I carry on streaming. So if you're leaving, you suck. Don't be one of that. Don't be one of those people that leave. Get your sunburnt salmon head out. Firstly, I'm not sunburnt. Secondly, there was no please. I'm having biryani right now. Stop it. I'd eat anything right now. I am so hungry. Are you fasting because you're Muslim? No, I'm fasting because I want to lose body fat. Sunburnt salmon. Yelena, you only pipe up when someone's mean to me and you find it hilarious. How about you say something nice? Go on. Publicly say something nice. What about just dumping on mute? Dumping? What do you mean dumping? Are you talking about doing a poo? I'm not going to do a poo. You're talking about eating. I could eat them. Should I just munch my food? If I ordered some food now and munched it, would people stay and watch? I don't think so. Why is the top still on? Sorry. Get that off. Pipe up, pipe down, Rossman. Have you considered running a marathon or a half marathon? I'm going to run a marathon next month. I don't think my knees could take it because I'm 60 years old and my knees hurt when I run. I'd maybe. I don't really enjoy running beyond like 10, 15K. Once I get to that, I'm just like, I'm done now. I'm done. This was nice, but I now no longer think this is nice. This is where the fun begins. This is where the fun begins. You are 100% correct. All these other part-time FPL YouTubers, they all stop streaming now. Not me. Not me. I pound it out. Is fasting better than a calorie deficit? I'm doing both. I am fasting and I'm in a calorie deficit. Does anyone want to see my macros? No one asked. Here's my macros. That's the amount of calories, 2,100. And then those are my macros. At the moment, the fat will drop soon to like 50 grams. If you're interested, there we go. That's what I'm eating. Ross, when are you streaming non-FPL related stuff? I don't know. I don't know. Yelena is gorgeous. She is gorgeous, isn't she? How has your Tinder been going? My Tinder is going nowhere. Should we have a look? Should we have a look at my Tinder? We're going from MyFitnessPal. Oh, that's TikTok. We're going from MyFitnessPal to Tinder. Oh, I started a Do you know what? Let's plug that TikTok. 1 sec. 2 seconds, chat. I started a non-FPL TikTok. Where is it? Are you going to be able to, like that? You're not going to be able to really see that. But regardless, I'm going to spam it in the chat. If you want to see more non-FPL stuff, chat, I'm struggling with all of the things open right now. There's the link. Non-FPL stuff only. If it's non-FPL, we don't care. That's rude. Get out. Can you link it? Yeah, it's been linked. It's been linked. There's some good stuff on there. Are you diabetic? No, I'm not. I'm not diabetic. Why do I look diabetic? What was the question about? Was it because of my fasting? No, I'm just fasting because I'm wanting to lose weight. Ross, will you be uploading dancing videos to your TikTok? Yes. Yes, I will. Post exotic stuff on TikTok. What does exotic mean? Really leaning into the influencer lifestyle. I really am. Why are you on Tinder? to find true love. Oh, that's what I was doing. I have ADHD, so like when I'm doing stuff, I forget what I'm supposed to be doing. There I am, chat. Ross 26. This is me. Look, there's my Tinder. If you stumble across my Tinder, make sure you swipe in the right direction. Do you have an OnlyFans? Yes, several. Got a casual picture there with my BK. You know how it is. Bad photo. Rude. That's a nice photo, do you think? That's a better photo, maybe. I rotate between which photos I have. Not sure the pint of gravy in that pic does you many favours. Have you got a six-pack? Not at the moment. I do sometimes. Show your Riz line. I don't have any. My Riz is not. My Riz is look at how many followers I have on Twitter. Check out 90,000 people follow me. Did you start Tinder after Yelena friend zoned you? Yeah. Ross has a new TikTok page, which is more behind the scenes, worth a follow. Thanks, Yelena. We just spoke about this. I'm going to pin that. Pin message. You have now been pinned. Chat, I'm going to show you a picture that I was really proud of. Where is it? Look at this. Wait, my brightness is a bit low. Look at that, chat. Boosh. Proud. The proudest I've been. Take your hoodie off, please. How about you take your hoodie off? Sweaty Cam. What a name, by the way. Sweaty Cam. Get a photo holding a puppy. Yelena, can I borrow Ralph? We spoke about this actually recently. I don't have a dog, so I need to borrow Yelena's dog. And then that can help me get the ladies. 6-pack of lager. I don't know what the context was for that message. You would want to pin Yelena, wouldn't you? Oh, that got me, that one. You could be the next Batman. Could I? My mum's messaging me. She's just sending me TikToks. Sexy deltoids there, Ross. Thanks. The delts are on fire right now. How tall are you? 6'4". 6'5" on a good day. What's your best life advice? I've got so much life advice. What's my best life advice? I've got 2 pieces of life advice. First piece of life advice is to be present in the moment. It sounds like a really cliche thing to say, but I struggle with this a little bit. We're always looking to the future. I hit 50,000 subscribers and I was like, wait, I can't wait to hit 100,000 subscribers. Or I graduated from my master's degree and all of a sudden I'm like, I can't wait to do my PhD. We're always looking forward and we don't ever just enjoy sort of the process. So that would be my first thing. Be more present. Second thing is to practice gratitude. To be grateful for the things you've got. Again, in a similar way, we're always looking to the future. We're always looking at things that we don't have. I'm very lucky that I'm sitting here streaming to 2,500 people. I should be thinking about that rather than thinking, oh, I want X, Y, Z instead, or I want this. So be present and be thankful and grateful for what you have. If you have those 2 things, I guarantee you'll be happy. They would be my 2 pieces of life advice. No, I'm not really 6'4". I'm like 5'9", 5'10". Can you propose to Yelena on stream right now? I could. I don't think that would go very well, though. Oh, this is a nice comment. That engine was loud. I wish I had a friend like you have in Yelena. You don't realize how much of a difference it makes to your mental health. That is incredibly cute. That is true. Having a really good best friend is important. Who is the hottest male FPL player you know? Who's the hottest FPL male player I know? FPL Fairy. FPL Fairy's beautiful, if you know FPL Fairy. Mainly over on Instagram. Steve. He's gorgeous. And he's Irish as well, which just adds 2 to his rating. You're too nice, Ross. Girls like the bad guys. I do have that issue. I'm far too nice. Oh well. Someone will appreciate it one day, I'm sure. How many TikTok videos do you have so far? Only 3, I think. Where can I get a friend like FPL Yelena, Ross? I don't know. She came out of the blue. She's magnificent. Just, you'll find a best friend. So if you don't have a best friend right now, you'll find a best friend at some point. How many points do you think your team will score? 63. 63 points. I've joined just in time for the spiritual advice. I'm here for advice, for whatever you want. This is this is one of my favorite parts of the week, chat. A very nerdy thing to say, but these post-deadline parts of the stream I love. So thank you for being here. Because if there weren't people here, then it would be a pretty embarrassing live stream. I'd just be talking to myself. So thank you. FPL Harry or FPL Fairy? Well, Harry's one of my good friends, but I'm not going to say who. Ross, can you show us your abs? Yeah, sure. One sec. Can you imagine just whipping them out on stream? $69 points. Yeah, 69 points would be nice. Who doesn't love 69? How did you meet Yana? I slid into her DMs. Not like that, though. It was about YouTube. Just slid right in there. What if I never find one, Ross? You will find a best friend at some point. You will find a best friend, don't you worry. Who is the hottest female FPL player you know? I don't think there are any, to be fair. I don't think there are any. Did you get invited to the red carpet or did you buy a ticket? I got invited. It was my agent got the invite. Have you got much planned today, Ross? No, nothing really. I'm just going to chill. We were so polite to each other when we first started messaging. Now it's daily insults. If you can insult your friend repeatedly, you know that's a good friendship for sure. Great stream, Ross, and you are a beautiful man. Thank you for that. Would you rather have oversized ears or oversized nostrils? One of my friends has nostrils like kidney beans, which is fun. Why is my mum sending me so many TikToks? Just my mum repeatedly sending me TikToks right now. I don't know, chat, what do we think? Should we run a poll? Are there any fun polls we can run? This one can start us off. Oh, we could do a series of would you rather polls. Give me some fun, not particularly rude. I'd rather them not be overly rude. Some would you rathers. Oversized nostrils. Oversized. And by oversized, we're talking like very big. We're not talking about like slightly big nostrils. We're talking like huge. Has Ross got Riz? Okay, I'll do that one next. You don't have an agent. That's just a lie. I can show you. Are you ready to be embarrassed? Here we go. Are you going to be able to see that? You're not going to be able to see that, are you? This is... I can't show you because it's too zoomed in. Well, I could just zoom out on the site, I suppose. Can you see that now? There we go. My agent is Toby. That's me. %70% on oversized ears. You can pin the... No, you can't pin... You can't change the ears because then you just get big ears and then just reduce... No, you have to keep the ears. You can hide your ears with your hair. Well, I can't, Tendy, can I? And that's quite a sensitive topic, so nice one. Now you've upset me. What was the first thing you said to Yelena trying to upgrade my Riz? I told you I didn't actually... I just said, if you need help with YouTube, let me know. That was it. Big feet or big hands? I've got big everything. Blondes, brunettes, beasts, or gingers? What does beasts mean? Is that rude? Is that a rude term? I told you, I've said this before. I prefer brunettes. That's not sick, Riz. It wasn't a... Oh, for God's sake. Right, why have I still got this up? Oh, you can't even see. Let me, if I scroll down, there's just rotating pictures of me at the bottom. They're not even particularly good pictures. Oh, right, let me get back to this. Ross, you need a shave. You need to shave. Would you rather lose the ability to read or lose the ability to speak? Oh, it'd be read. I love reading, but speaking's just everything, isn't it? Although I couldn't read the chat then. What a disaster that would be. Right, next poll. Bro said big everything. Just being honest. Just being honest. There is a new poll. Does FPL Raptor have Riz? What's the actual definition of Riz? Just for people that... Riz is a slang term for skill in charming or seducing a potential romantic partner, especially through verbal communication. It is the most commonly applied in the context of men pursuing women. So, do you think I'm charming, especially through verbal communication? There we go. It's basically like charisma and charm. Chat, you are doing me dirty here. So many people voting no. Absolutely not. Definitely not. Hell no. Hell nah. Not towards women. Yelena is proof that you do not. Chat, you are roasting me here. I was expecting to have a predominantly yes voted poll here. You're too nerdy. Just gonna go cry. Any other questions that you want me to answer, chat? And let me scroll back through and see if there's anything else interesting. Ross, you are my favourite bald man. Thank you. I'd love to answer some of these questions, but I just can't on a stream, really. What degree did you do before your master's and PhD? I did a bachelor's in psychology, I did a master's in sports psychology, and then I'm doing a PhD in sports psychology. Ross, have you ever been to a bottomless brunch? I've got my first one today. I actually haven't. I regularly plan on having them with a friend, and we don't ever end up doing it. Oh, camera's gone. I caught that very quick this time. Have you ever had a physical fight? What do we think, chat? Do you think I've ever had a physical fight? I'll give you the answer once we see what the chat think. Would you rather win FPL or have a weekend with Margot Robbie? FPL. There is no woman in the world that I would want more than winning FPL. Winning FPL would take priority over any of that. This guy is a billionaire and can't afford a new camera. You think I'm a billionaire? Wow. That's quite something. You live in Nottingham. You absolutely have. Yes, windmill punches. I'm buying you a camera when I have some money. No one needs to buy me. I'll buy a camera. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. My mum told me all bald people are millionaires. Facts. I haven't actually had a fight. I haven't had a fight. I'm too nice. If someone tries to fight me, I'll just smile. I don't lose my temper. Ever, really. Is the camera going to work or do I need to do it again? Hey. I just don't lose my temper. I'm far too relaxed for that nonsense. Kill them with kindness. It's just like, when someone's trying to beef you and you're just like, nah. It upsets them more, to be honest, but... What was I going to do? I was going to do something. Don't know. Don't know. I wanted to get the FPL bingo back up. Calvin. How many have we ticked off today? Tinder swipe on live. I'm not going to Tinder swipe live on. I feel like that's not for me. I don't care, but for the girls that I'm showing, that's just a bit invasion of privacy, a little bit. Bingo bottom line. PhD reference 3. Stick around, continue for an hour or so. Stop calling me an egg. Have I had stop calling me an egg? I guess kind of. Once again, the poll has been useless. Ball jokes times 10 easily. Ross mispronouncing things times 5. Yeah, that bottom line is way too easy, isn't it? What's the top one? Who is yelling at yet? Is yelling your girlfriend yet? Ross expected data times 10. I don't hate it, but... I don't know if I did that one today. I don't hate it, but... I do like these bingos, though. Why is your name Raptor? We've had that. Daddy Raptor, we've had that. Go follow me on Twitter, IG, and tell me that you love me. Ross breaks after a weird question. Yeah. Ross references the bingo. This is the 3rd time. You look like insert bald man. We've had that one as well. With Sussy Ross. Sussy Ross always comes out. Who came up with the bingo? It's Calvin. This guy. Calvin. Go follow Calvin on Twitter. Show Calvin some love. Not that Calvin probably wants you to, but show him some love anyway. This guy. He makes bingos all the time. He's a legend. A legend. Wait, I'm seeing rumours that Haaland's benched. Why am I seeing that? You look like Humpty Dumpty. Thanks. What was I going to do? I don't know. I keep losing the plot, chat. It's because I'm hungry as well. Ross, how's the F1 going? The F1's going well. I really want to go to a Grand Prix at some point. Oh, I could have a little sleep. Chat, do you mind if I have a little nap? You were looking to see if Haaland was benched. Yes, that's correct. I was, wasn't I? I don't know why I just saw a couple of people tweeting it. I probably should have checked my DM, shouldn't I? Oh, Paddy tweeted the Man United lineup. I didn't see that. There we go, chat. I've been to Silverstone 3 times. It's amazing. You must go. Yeah, I would love to. I'd love to do any of them, to be honest. It's just difficult to get tickets, isn't it? How much monthly income do you need to live where you live? My rent is through the roof. So I would say, like, to live comfortably, like £1,400 a month, probably, would be enough to live. When can you eat again, and what will you feast upon? I could have eaten... So I'm doing a 16-hour fast. I could have eaten 3 hours ago. It's going to be over 19 hours that I've fasted. What am I going to eat? It's probably going to be chicken and rice. Is that all? Do you live in a tent? I rent a studio. I live in a studio by myself. So my expenses aren't particularly high. I used to do intermittent fasting. How is it going for you? I love it. I love it. I honestly, when I bulk, I obviously can't intermittent fast. I just love it. It just gives me so much energy. It makes me happy. It's cheaper. It's less time in the morning. It's just perfect. Give us some relationship advice. I'm single. I'm probably not the person you should be asking for relationship advice from. Just make sure you're grateful for your partner and patient with them, caring, stuff like that. Do you not get extremely hangry, especially when FPL decisions don't go our way? I just don't particularly get angry. Just a chill guy. Just don't get that angry. I used to. About 2 or 3 years ago, I was a really angry person. Then I just decided not to be angry. And here I am. Have you been watching The Biggest Menace? I've seen the first 2 episodes. Has there been a third yet? You will lose too much muscle doing that long of a fast. I know, it's not ideal. I'm normally only doing 15, 16 hours. I'm cutting anyway. I'm trying to lose a bit of body fat. I know I'll lose a bit of muscle as well, but sorry. How much do you bench press? For reps, it's 85 kilos at the moment for like 6 reps. My PB is 95 kilos. I always forget how much that is in pounds. 1 sec, because I know most people do pounds. It's about 210 pounds is my 1 rep max. I'm not particularly strong. You are too nice to the girls. Probably, yeah. I feel like fasting would destroy my concentration. Is that something that you experience? I find the opposite. I feel like when I fast, I'm hyper concentrated. When I eat, that's when I lose concentration. I get like sluggish and so no. Damn, just got my pepperoni pizza. Can you stop? How much do you weigh? I can tell you. I weighed myself yesterday. I weigh 76 kilos. Are you fasting for Ramadan? No, I'm just fasting for health and weight. I've just joined now. What were your transfers? Tony to HAALAND. Really boring. What's the best way to measure body fat? My scale measures body fat, but I'm not as fat as my scale says. Look, I've got a decent scale, but it says that my body fat is ridiculously high, and it's just not. This is what it says my body fat is. Can you see that? You see where the dot is? It says I'm close to obese. It says I'm in the very highest of acceptable and close to obese. I'm not close to obese. Like you've seen, I've shown you pictures of me topless on this stream. I'm not obese, so I feel like these scales aren't very accurate. So yeah, the United lineup is. We've already seen the United lineup. As a 189 centimeter tall guy, is it okay to weigh less than 70? That feels quite light for your weight, but yeah, as long as you're healthy. How tall are you? I'm 176 or 177. Let's say 176. I'm 176 centimeters, which is like between 5'9" and 5'10". Ooh. Any other interesting questions for me, chat? I answer pretty much everything. I'm a very open book. If it was a really hot day, do you think you could cook an egg on your head? I'll try this summer. There you go. That's a good idea for a TikTok. Stand in the sweltering heat for a couple of hours, then crack an egg on my head. Do you live on your own or do you have housemates? I live on my own, and let me tell you, it is wonderful. I love it. How often do you train? 5 or 6 times a week. I tend to do like 3 or 4 days on and then 1 day off. So that's like 5 or 6 times a week. Do you take Tren? No, I don't take steroids. I wouldn't ever. It's just not worth it for me. Like, I don't care about being that massive. I just want to be in decent shape. Tian de Gode? I don't know how to pronounce your name, but thank you very much for becoming a Rap Tier 2 member. I appreciate you. Should I paint my garage door today or mow the lawn? Both, Marcus. If you're going to prioritize, though, I feel like painting the garage door sounds more fun. Need to get rid of love handles. What would be your tips? Love handles isn't really a gym-related thing. It's more just calorie deficit and losing body fat. But some people naturally have big love handles. I'll show you my love handles. I've naturally got love handle stuff to grab onto. Just some people just can't help it. You can see in like where's a good picture where I'm looking a little bit chubby? Like that. If you look at the bottom, ignore the back part. But if you look at the bottom part of me, I've got little chubby love handles, even when I'm like at quite a low body fat percentage. So I feel like you need to be at a really low body fat percentage, but you also need to just accept that some people have love handles, sadly. It's not a terrible thing, though. It's not a terrible thing. I'm just it gives ladies something to grab. I took the bulk too far, 5'10" and 15 stone. Time to cut then. If you punch yourself and it hurts, are you strong or weak? That's a poll. That's a poll. If you punch yourself, are you strong or weak? Dogs or cats? What's the answer to that question, chat? Dogs or cats? I'm more of a cat person, but I like the right dog. I like very specific dogs. I would say like 80% of dogs kind of annoy me a little bit, but like if you've seen Yelena's dog Ralph, what a dog that is. Like perfect. Literally the perfect dog. So it really depends, but very specific. Yeah, very specific dogs I love. Oh, what a question. Oh, Yelena, that's a great question. I'm going to chuck a poll on that. Let me just copy paste that question. We'll do a poll on that in 2 seconds. How many kids do you see yourself having? I don't know. At the moment, none. I did discuss this in detail with a friend the other day. The thing is, I think I would be a great dad. I think I'd be an excellent dad. But I equally don't think I want kids. Not at the moment. I just don't know if I want kids. I don't know. Like they cost so much money and they take away some of the best years of your life. I don't know. I'm gonna say 0 at the moment, but I'm not dead set. If I met the right person, maybe I'd want kids. I'm 26 years old. So I've still got like 10 years to decide, 15 years to decide. Yelena, what breed is Ralph? I can't remember the breed of Ralph. Ralphosaurus. Right. Tell me that's not the cutest dog you've ever seen. Look at him. Look at his teeth. Oh, just stop it. It's just too cute. He's a Yorkie / poodle. Yorkie poodle breed. Right, next poll. This question comes in from the wonderful Yellow and FPL. Oh, the question is too long. Would you rather win FPL but never play again, or play every season but never get into the top 100k? That's a great question. I actually don't know the answer. I think I would like to win and then retire. But that would mean that I couldn't make FPL content anymore. Oh, that's such a horrible question. I hate it. He is a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. What is always coming but never arrives? I was going to say your mum, but that's terrible. That also makes it sound bad on me that she never arrives. Not your mum. I don't know. What's coming but never arrives? Oh, the future. Yeah, I knew that. I knew that. I knew that. Obviously. You can make content but delete your team before deadline day. I guess I could, yeah. Yeah, I think I would go for win and never play again. Win and retire. And then just live off the massive prize that you get for winning FPL. If you go out in the sun with that hat, you'd get a semicircle burn on your forehead. I would. I really would. If I'm out in the sun, I'd probably wear it like that. Oh, big stretch. Oh, no. De Zerbi or Thomas Frank? De Zerbi. Yeah, I get this argument. So Velin said, like, remember, if you weren't in the chat that time, basically I said, I don't think I want kids. And then he said, that is because you don't know what the feeling is like of having kids. Take the best time of your life is an excuse for losers. My 2 daughters are basically my life now, priceless feeling. But you know that because you've had kids. If I never have kids, then I will never know what that feeling is like. Therefore, I'm not missing out. Does that make sense? It's like Schrodinger's kids. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Who knows? Would you rather your nose was twice the size of your forehead? Okay, so that'd be like a big nose. Or your forehead was twice the size of your nose? Are you talking about like length? I think I'd rather have a massive forehead and I would just like wrap it up in something. I'd wear like a big hat. Do you cut open plastic sauce containers to get out the remaining sauce that won't squirt out? I don't, but I feel like I probably should. Make a poll to decide if you should have kids. Okay. By the way, the answer to your question, 70% of people said that they would win and never play again, and 30% said they would play every season and never finish in the top 100k. Should I have kids, yes or no? I feel like the more pressing issue is that I need to find someone to have children with first. That feels like a more pressing issue than deciding if I want to have children. But let's see. Let's see what the chat say. Let the will... Chat, you're a genius. You're a genius. Should I have kids? The chat, the will of destiny is going to decide for me, okay? Okay. Okay. Just once. Best of 3. What gets wetter as it dries? What gets wetter as it dries? I don't know. I'm really bad at riddles. Right, one more then. This is the decision. This is the moment I decide whether I will have children. Is this a towel? You guys are really good at these riddles. I'm terrible. Fine. Fine. Fine, I'll have children. If Ross wins and retires, I'm getting the YouTube channel. Does anyone want my YouTube channel if I win and retire? Have it for free. Daddy Raptor. Daddy Raptor. Here he comes. I didn't answer that poll, not my say. That's very sweet, Rhiannon. Feel free to give your opinion, though. What do you think, Rhiannon? Are you having Who should... Why are you beeping at me, fam? That was my Essex came out there. What must be broken before it can be fixed? Let me not look at the chat. What must be broken before it can be fixed? Must be broken before it can be fixed. My camera. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one. I went out for an hour and find you debating having kids. I know. Strange things happen in these chats. Why did you give the name Raptor to your channel? Because I'm a Toronto Raptors fan. That's basically it. Ross, when are you going to have a tour and talk about FPL? Imagine me going around the world touring and talking about FPL. I don't think I'm famous enough for that, sadly. What would you name your kid? Rizta. I don't know. I don't know what I would name my kid. I like Rhiannon. Thank you, Rhiannon. I think you should do whatever makes you happy. That's very sweet. I have no idea what that is, but thank you. I'll buy you a pint in Portugal. Deal. If I'm ever in Portugal, I'll hit you up. Raplina. Why is it Raplina? Raplina. 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 Rossellina. Oh, chat, what should I have for lunch? I really want chicken selects, but I'm cutting, so I shouldn't. Come over to Croatia, bro. Living close to the split. The FPL site's updated. Nice. Let's have a look. I feel like my face is too dark when I've got my hat that way. Hello, I'm back. You're telling me this is updated? There you go. Don't have to do much. I think for next week, as I said, in 32 I'm free hitting anyway. Basically, I need to take out Maddison for someone. So Salah will eventually be coming into that spot, but I don't know. Yeah, Salah will eventually be coming into that spot, but I don't really want to take a -4 next week, and I don't know who I would even take out to fund it. So I need to think. I may also end up playing Raya against Wolves. Team will look something like that. Have chicken selects. It's a Saturday. I know, Yelena, but I've been so good with my diet. I really want chicken selects and chips from Macca's. Do fish ever get thirsty? I don't know. You tell me. Where are you from? Essex. Essex. I'm from Essex. That was a really loud gulp. I hope you appreciate, by the way, chat. Every time I have a drink, I mute myself. Because otherwise it would sound like this. You ready? And that's gross. So I mute myself every time. Oh, I'm rumbling and grumbling. Whereabouts in Essex? I'm from Southend. No, not Southend. I'm from, like, Loughton. Latin. Grew up near Harlow. Oh, Harlow. My mum lives in Epping now. You didn't hear anything? Are you telling me this whole time I could have been swallowing down the mic? You can't hear this? You can't hear that? Okay, well, I'll stop muting myself then. And I'll just start gulping down the mic. How do you say tattoos with an Essex accent? You'd have to pronounce the first T. So it'd be tattoos. Tattoos. Rather than tattoos. Excellent. Right, I'm not going to mute myself anymore then. Great stuff. If you marry, what would be the ideal age? I don't know. Chat, I need to find a girlfriend first. Let's focus less so on the marriage and the children. Let's get the first step first. Could KDB be... Oh, words. Could KDB be better? That is a tongue twister. Could KDB be better than Salah for the run-in? Yes. Could be. I don't think he will be, but there you go. Right, chat, I think I need to go and eat, unfortunately. As much as I love you all, as much as I love streaming, I'm going to go eat. So, I love you all very much. Have a wonderful Game Week 30. I'll be back probably tomorrow. There'll probably be a video tomorrow, Game Week 31, where I talk about my team and my transfer plans. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you soon. Goodbye, chat.